Hello, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, and it's good to have you on this broadcast with me today. All right, thank you for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. I hope we are gearing up and getting ready for the crossover. Yes, I hope we are getting ready to plunge into 2023, and I hope we are doing so in good health and with plenty of peace of mind. Please do also like this broadcast as you come in. Do also, like the broadcast, share, invite someone onto the broadcast. But please take out time to, like this broadcast. Let's start from there. Saying big hello to each and every one of you on the comment section. How are you doing? DA or Sadala, how you doing? I greet you too. It's good to have you right here in. It's good to have you right here. Mommy Dasra, good day to you, dearest Mama. It's good to have you right here with me. Okay, Osagovo, how are you doing? I am giving a shout out to you already. And to my amazing panelists, I'm giving a shout out to you. Please do also like the broadcast before you click on the link. I'm expecting, but please take out time to like the broadcast first just before you click on the link. And this is also a gentle reminder to as many that are yet to get their PVC. Please take out time to go get your PVC. Take out time to go get your PVC. Your PVC is your right. Your PVC is your voice. Please take out time to go get your PVC. All right, if you're watching the replay of this broadcast, hello. It's good to have you on here. Thank you for being here. Please take out time to like this broadcast. Yes, please take out time to like this broadcast, share, do the needful, and also take out time to support us by clicking on the super text option just beneath the screen right there. Take out time to like, take out time to support us by clicking on the super text option and also by taking out time to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. And if you are, for as many that are with me right here and right now, please take out time to do the needful by supporting us. That's our account details on the screen. Please engage it and support us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Betty Richard, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Good day to you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have taken our time to like the broadcast. If you haven't, please, if you are yet to, please take our time to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll be moving to the business proper of the day. And our first paper for today is going to be the Daily Trust. All right, on the Daily Trust, we have fiscal activities that shaped Nigeria's economy in 2022. Nigerian refugees turned taxi drivers sacked from Niger Republic. Bandits kill 14, abduct 81 in Sokoto and Castina. After selling 649 vehicles, EFCC auctions 160 houses, lands worth billions of naira. Desiani ex-NIA DG's houses, others up for grabs. Government agencies, others to enjoy right of first refusal. Experts commend decision, advocates due process. We will announce revenue from sales soon, says spokesman. I am fed up with my marriage, Ganduje's daughter tells court. Refs to ASUU, Gbajabiamila didn't deceive you. National Assembly raises 2023 budget by 1.3 trillion naira. Exploring 6th century old link between Kano and Algerian scholar Al Magili. Okay, we'll be taking, let's see what the picture story on there would be from the sealed houses from seized properties, forfeited properties. That's there amongst 160 houses and lands worth billions of naira. That will be auctioned by the government very soon. And they've been very transparent with this transaction so far, and they've been beckoning on Nigerians to bid for these properties. Yes, they've been beckoning that, cajoling people to bid for the properties. So, and there's a lot of transparency so far. So far, there's been a lot of transparency on this. All right, the National Assembly has passed this budget that they no 1.3 trillion naira was added to it, and that's for the health sector, for security and health sector. The house deemed it necessary, to up the bill, and especially the health. We are seeing a lot of downfall in that area, and the exodus of the health workers also. So yes, that area needs a whole, that area needs to be padded. That area needs to be, funded. Yeah, the health sector needs to be funded. So way to go. Now, there is this quanta, so to say, between ASU and Gbajabiamila. So Emmanuel Osodeke, the president of ASU, is has said to Gbajabiamila that you deceived us, you played us into calling off the strike, promising that the 8 months that they did not work, they will be paid for that period they use in canvassing for a better structure for our educational system. But the reps have come out to reply, also saying that no, the speaker did not deceive them, that the government, federal government, legitimately withheld their salaries, and that's between them. That Gbajabiamila has kept to his own words, but ASU are not having that. Now it looks like ASU has gone quiet for some time and nobody's saying anything, but ASU are back here, and they are still feeling very played, and they feel like they've been treated unfairly. Yeah, they've been treated unfairly. So this is them calling out the speaker of the house. But let's see how this plays out. If ASU intends to sue anybody, their next approach. But do also remember that sometime this week it was reported in the papers that the students are calling for a review, as there's been a hike in their school fees, and they're calling for a review. So who is going to bear the brunt of this? Also, are they willing to forfeit 8 months in a time where the country or people has had to go through intense hardship? If you look at it, I'm sure in these 8 months, some were so open that they have salary somewhere, they've gone on to collect loan and all of that. So what do they say to these people? I think the federal government breached the agreement first by making them even have to go on strike. So if you are going to say, there's been a breach of an agreement, then it's going to start from the federal government. All right, what's your take on the ASU issue? Should we just know that? Should we just let it go? Some Nigerians have said, ASU people went to trust APC. Who still trusts APC? Well, I don't know if this has anything to do with trusting APC or not, but Nigerians are blaming ASU for trusting this government, and saying who goes on strike when the government is going out, that they're not going to pay no mind to you. So is this the problem? Let's do what to make sure that whoever that we are putting in again as the president, or yes, let's start from there. Whoever we are putting in will take education so seriously, even though it is a week to the end of his tenure, he will still want to do the needful by his people. All right, let's see what other story. So the daughter of Ganzu J, okay, after 15 years, she's sent to the court to dissolve her marriage, that she's no longer interested. Now, this is okay, but me, I have not seen this before. I have not seen or heard of this, but then again, for obvious reasons, right? And now, that's not. I don't think that is why this is in the papers. I think it's in the papers because the husband is asking the judge to give him more time to, to coerce his wife into loving him again. He's saying that he is still so in love with his wife. I mean, we are talking about Ganduji's daughter here. Well, the husband is saying he's still so much in love with his wife, he's not ready to divorce her, and he's not going to sign. Oh God, what do you love, or what do you truly love? Well, the lady is not having it. She's saying that the man is using her to enrich himself. After 15 years. I mean, you've endured it for 15 years, so why don't you want to enjoy it? Why don't you want to enjoy it anymore? Anyways, that's the story we have. All right. So that's the story we have on why Kanteje's daughter wants to leave her husband, but the husband doesn't. Kanteje's son-in-law does not want to go anywhere. The guy is so in love. All right. Well done. Yeah, well, I would have been in love too. If I not go anywhere, if not me to go over here. The love wants to scatter my brain. Guys, forgive me. This story is just so funny. Yeah, he said that he's so in love with her, he doesn't want to let her go. All right, let's see what other story. So there's something going on in Niger Republic. Nigerians are calling out some of the Nigerians that had problems in Borno. This Boko Haram prone areas. They flee to Niger Republic, and they've been said to be having, they went into manual jobs like taxi, yeah. So they are complaining that the government of Niger Republic. Okay, so this story is quite sketchy. So I will just say the bit I know, but if you want more on the story, please pick up page 20 on Daily Trust, today's paper. You get it there. But the Niger Republic government has stopped these Nigerians, from working, especially those that are into the taxi business. Now, they need a permit, and the permit cost, now this permit is to be used daily. The permit costs 600,000 sefa, and when translated, it is 700,000 naira that they use daily for this clearance to be able to move humans or products. Yeah, they are not stopping you from having a car, but when you want to go into logistics business like moving of animals, products, humans, you need a license. So they are asking, like the likes of Governor Zulu, they are calling out on their governors to, enter, have a talk with the Niger Republic, really. Okay, all right. They're asking that these governors have a talk with these people, so that they can transact and do business. So they're calling on the Nigerian government. And I'm wondering if people have gone to find refuge, or they've gone to find refuge in Niger Republic. All right, we'll move on to this story that's which has become very much a norm in especially this part of the country. Bandits kill 14 and abduct 81 in Sokoto, and also in Katsina. All right, we'll be moving on to another story, or we'll be moving on to another paper. Let's see who is saying something to us on our comment section before we move on to the punch. Okay, so please, if you're just joining us, it's good to have you on here. Please, please, please do also, click on the link. Yes, click on the link, share this broadcast, invite someone onto the broadcast. Do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much. And even more, please talk to me on the comment section, or you could click on the link, join me on here, and let us dissect the papers together. Now, let's see what the punch is saying. Osagovo, good morning to you and welcome to the broadcast. All right, on the punch we have on here, defense health gets lion's share. National Assembly passes 21.8 trillion naira budget. Senate rejects Buhari's request to restructure 22 trillion naira CBN loan. NLC gives Buhari conditions for new minimum wage. Uzodinma mourns as Ohaneze leader dies. PDP threatens sanctions as G5 governors meet Tinubu in UK. APC presidential candidate intensifies lobby. Obi banks on Obasanjo backing. It is too late in the day to go back to Atiku. Reconciliation failed, says source. Governors on vacation. They risk being disciplined for anti-party activities, says PDP. Calabar death. Cross River PDP lampoons Aya Day for going ahead with carnival. Deserter trained 1,000 IPOB fighters, killed Gulak, says police. Reps demand justice for lawyer slain by policeman. And the last story on here, car explosion kills 7 Lagos residents heading for revival. So this story come off really, really sad. These 7 people they're going for a revival. that the car was said to have been, the engine oils was said to have been leaking, and that was what caused an explosion that killed 7 people, and 7 other people were reportedly, burnt. Okay, 7 people were burnt to death. The other 7, managed to live with injuries, but they still have that burn. And this is quite a sad story. FRIC, VIO, everybody that are coming out to say, please make sure that NEMA coming out to say, please take your car for servicing from time to time. Make sure that everything is just about well and okay. Yes, all of these things are things that we have to duly carry out. Please, this could have been avoided. This is unfortunate, and it even goes on to say that at the time of this broadcast today, right, not as many people that are alive right now, would cross over with us. That's a shocking reality. That's a scary reality. But I really pray that each and every one of us makes it to the crossover. Let's be really careful of the things we do. This, just be really, really careful. Freak accidents. Let's just be very, 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 very careful. Please, I beseech thee. Michael, it's good to have you on this broadcast. Good morning to you too. And I did fine. Thank you very much, sir. Mommy Diaspora, I'm fine. Thank you, dearest mama. Mr. Vine Maxwell, how lovely it is to have you on this broadcast. All right, we'll move on to the other story. Yes, the reps are saying, so what happens to a news that does not go viral? That's just it. If all of this police brutality, police unjust, killings are being, if they are being sanctioned, they are being carried, they are being held like this, I'm sure we will not even come to a place where prominent people are being killed. Well, the reps have also joined for voice, demanding justice for the lawyer that was slain on Christmas Day by a member of the Nigerian police force. And there's a story here on a deserter, a military man an officer that excused himself, that opted to leave the service, but they got to know that he didn't leave for good reasons. He left because, oh dear, because he went on to go join the Eastern State Security something. All right, so, and he went on to join the IPOB, is one in charge of handling of security, training them. Yeah, training them on how to use how to use weapons and all of that. So they say he grew to the position of 2IC. Look at me talking like a security operator. I don't even know the position of a 2IC, but they say he now knows how to handle operation. I think he handled an operation when he was with the military. So they say he has the expertise, he has the training, he has everything it takes, and that's why it looks like these people, they gain ground against them at some point. But he has been arrested. Thankfully, he has been arrested. So the military further on goes on to say that they'll be clamoring on IPOB hideout. I'm wondering why we have that information. I mean, it's in the papers. You've caught one of their big bosses. You've caught one of their, strong arms. Why not go quiet and execute and carry out whatever you want to carry out instead of bringing it out here? Now they know best to run away or not to stay in their regular anger. Don't be me talking now. If the military are saying that they are going to go and raid, you think they are waiting for me to say it? But this is funny. I don't know if this is supposed to change anything, or for them to put it in the papers, it means, this is nothing even close to an intel, because this sounds to me like an intel. All right, the picture story we have there, we know that sometime last week there were casualties at the Calabar Bikers Parade. This is done. This is like the first phase, or this is the warm-up phase before the Calabar Carnival proper begins. But it is said that one of the riders, went off the mark, broke the protocol, went off the mark, and went drove into where you have civilians, you have onlookers, and caused casualties. Some people are said to have died from that. Some, yeah, I cannot confirm the number of casualties from that, but I will just leave it at some number of persons were confirmed dead from that incident. Now, the PDP are, calling him out for not calling off the carnival this year. But Governor Yade went on ahead to, aside from boundary placement. He has gone on ahead to have security personnel, at every point, every 50 kilometers, to ensure the safety of the people. And so there are people to, should there be any, there are people to put drivers, objects back on track should anything, uh, goes amiss, going forward. But the PDP do not seem to not to be, contented with this. They would rather prefer that the carnival is called off to show remorse. The PDP, really? All right. Okay, let's see what other story. All right, so let's see what other story we have on here. So, the G5 governors. The G5 governors have been dancing and have been making tongues to wag. I'm wondering what's up, what are they doing in the UK? Who have they gone to meet? This meeting that they've gone to have, this crucial meeting that determines, who they would be picking. Oh dear. It is also said that the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, has lobbied his way to, to have a meeting with them, and to, for them to consider him, strongly consider him, and all that. The outcome, of course, we know we will not be getting that anytime until next year. Okay, I won't say anytime so next year, it's just next week. So let's see if that has been concluded. But the PDP do not seem pleased. They are threatening already and saying, well, if you go on ahead with that, if the G5 dares to pick anybody or engage in anti-party activities, that they will be seriously dealt with. No, this one they talk and well. Oh. They said it's, they are warning the G5 governor, say, don't try the constitution. We will use the constitution of the party, and we will use it to deal with the G5 governors if they dare. So let's see if Wike and his men, if the G5 would dare to stand on their own mandate, to stand on their own principle and what they believe in, or if they are just going to be cowed by this threat. All right. Okay, that's it. So we heard of the death of the president of Ohanese, Hope Uzodinma, who is said to have been the one to share, to break the news to the public. Still goes on ahead. So not just Hope Uzodinma, a lot of political leaders, have had a thing or two to say about the late president of the Ohanese, and we hope I hope that there will be no divide in the Ohanese. I hope that they will still be moving as one, and speaking in one voice. And I hope that our selfish and greedy politicians do not use this as an opening, to bring about confusion into the party. All right, let's see what other people and what other story we have on here. Okay, so there's something going on. Okay, I wanted to take that story. There's something going on with the reps. All right, so the president asked for a restructuring. Please, just a minute. Let me have that news on my screen also. So they asked for a restructuring of So the news here says that the Senate rejects Buhari's request to restructure 22 trillion naira loan. Please follow me on this story. Follow me on this story. The Senate on Wednesday rejected the request by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to restructure the 22.7 trillion naira ways and means advances collected by the federal government from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The lawmakers rejected the request after an uproar in the Senate over the issue. Buhari in a letter read on the floor of the Senate on Wednesday last week, sought for restructuring of the 22.7 trillion naira ways and means advances collected from CBN within the last 10 years, in addition to trillion naira to be collected as fresh domestic loan. So you guys remember the 851 billion naira loan that the president requested for, to take care of the flood, domestic, it's supposed to say, I think that's what it was called, domestic loan. Yeah, domestic loan to take care of the 2022 flood victims. But that loan was rounded up, and for some reason, the roundup came up to 1 trillion naira, and now that is supposed to be added to a supposed there's something the CBN calls ways and means advance. Now, if the federal government have a project and the loan or however way they're supposed to get their money, it is delaying and it is urgent. There's something called ways and means advance. They get this from the CBN and they just run with it to execute budgets or projects, so to say, excuse me. Now, this has been happening for the past 10 years, and they've collected as much as 22.7 trillion naira. And now, why this? Okay, let's add a little drama. Let's add a little drama on here. So the president brought that, okay, they want to restructure this law, that the time for payment and all of that, not the usual. Now, it was surprising to the reps, it was surprising to people in the house because they do not remember this, bill passing them. They do not remember when this money was approved by the house. Now that is the problem. Now they're asking, how did we even get to 22.7? And not even for once did this money pass the house to say we want money for so and so. So this is where we are getting it from. So they are saying, who has been approving these loans? Before we come to the point of restructuring, before we come to the point of taking extra 1 trillion naira out of the purse, before we talk about that, let's talk about this one that has been going on for the past 10 years. How did this money get out? Who took the money? And they're calling out the president, saying that it is unconstitutional and the president should not be caught in a web like this. But before he even got to that, the president, Lawan, okay, let's get to that part. Let's just move on to okay, however, trouble started when the chairman of the committee, Solomon Adeola, APC Lagos West, was called upon to present a report on it. Some members of the upper legislative chamber were quick to raise objections as the Senate leadership attempted to get the report of its finance committee, which had recommended that the president's request be granted. Senator Betty Apiafi, PDP Rivers, was the first to raise against it through the constitutional point of order. Now, let me break this down. Now, the Senate president, got a group of people, committee, that's the finance committee, to look into it and see if it is, if it is durable for if it should be passed or not. And, as usual, they were about to read and they were about to give the verdict that, okay, yes, the president should, this bill should be passed, that the president has what it takes, or they have what it takes, for this bill to be passed. But this woman, Senator Betty Apiafi, stood up and she just rose to the occasion. The woman rose to the occasion. She was the first to rise against it through the constitutional point of order, saying ways and means of expenditure are not known to the Nigerian constitution. That is the way that they have applied it. It is not the way that it should have been carried out. Let's go on, please. She was, however, ruled out of order by the president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawal, for allowing the reports to be presented before kicking against it. This just goes on to say the kind of Senate presidents that we have had all along. Someone has come out to say this is not constitutional. This is not how we should be. And you're coming out to, tell her to shut down. She's telling her to shut up and sit down because she should have said something before it was read. So it is a waste of time. And he wanted to actually go on, but members of reps were not having it. It is said that they started grumbling, and then another senator, who is the hero of this particular section, we will give it to him. That's Senator George Thompson Sekibo, APC Rivers State. who also raised a constitutional point of order to explain why the Ways and Means advances were illegal and unconstitutional. He informed the Senate that the action of the president was also in breach of the CBN Act, the Senate's standing rules, just as it attacks the privileges of the Senate and National Assembly. While the Senate President Ahmed Lawan attempted severally to get the Senate to accept the president's request, but he failed because the depth of information and arguments adduced by Sekibo. It just goes on to say that all along House of Reps they've been sleeping, and they know this. They've accepted this right now as it is, that House of Rep they've been sleeping all along, but this time around they are awake to responsibilities. I'm taking our time to read this out so that when it comes to election for House of Representatives for state, please let's really get involved. Let's speak wisely these people. I mean, look at the likes of the woman that spoke against, even when the Senate president, was forcing this bill down the people. The house was turned upside down. They were making noise. They refused for this ruling to go in peace. And you could tell that the Senate president was not happy that, he couldn't force the people or use authority as usual. So when we use it, and we also need to know what our constitution says. We need to know our rights, and that's why when we fight with our rights, they know that we know what we want and we know what we are talking about. So this is good. This is so the 1 trillion naira that the president is requesting for domestic loan. Can you imagine? For 2022, that has how many days? And the Senate President, well, it's a good thing that he has dropped his cap already on this one, because there's definitely no coming back from all of these atrocities, that has been blown open in the public. We'll move on to another paper real quick. Samuel Olaka, welcome. It's good to have you. Samuel says Nigerian Senate is a rubber stamp. Why are they coming out now? I don't know, but this one with them Zoom, it good. So 22.7 trillion naira, just like that. Come on. Let's quickly move on to our last paper for the day. To my panelists on here, thank you for being on here. I'll come to you in a minute. This is Vanguard. Vanguard says, this is Olufoso, says 133 million multidimensionally poor. Buhari's gift to Nigeria in 2022. 2022, year of articulate Emiloko obedience. Police arrest army deserter over death of Gulag others in Imo. Obiozo Ohaneze, Ndigbo's president, dies at 80. Banks' total assets slide 19% to 63 trillion naira in 9 months. Storm in Senate over Buhari's 23.7 trillion naira ways and means. We have here forced into executive section to avoid physicals. Here we have bows to pressure, step down Buhari's request for lack of details. Can you imagine? 1 trillion naira lack of 1 trillion naira, no concrete document to even say to us what the money is supposed to be for. Come on. So the Senate, well, for whatever reason, thank you for waking up to occasion on this one. Oba of Benin at Igwe Festival. And here we have Atiku, PDP moves disciplinary action against G5 governors. Others attacks worsening humanitarian crisis. So I'll take that again. Others attacks worsening humanitarian crisis. That's from Benue government. 2023 National Assembly passes 21.8 trillion naira budget at 1.3 trillion naira. On kidnapping, Kaduna police rescue 206 victims, kills 21 bandits in 2022. Kaduna has been heavily hit. So when I saw this record or this statistics this morning, it was saddening. It just goes on to say how much that these bandits have found victory or upper hand over us in our land, in our own country. And with everything that is being used to fight insecurity, we would expect that the numbers would be way more than this. This is the same Kaduna, and the killings so far has just been 21. I hope that we'll do better in the coming year. I hope we'll do better in the coming year. All right, we've taken most of the stories on here. The Benue government are crying out and saying that the elders attack in their community is getting to an all-time high, and they are calling out. Hopefully, I mean, we are still saying the same thing. Kaduna, Benue, the whole Nigeria. Hopefully, all of this insecurity will be having a helper. And when we see results like this or statistics, it will show that we've taken down more of these people than they have us. All right, let's see if there's any story we are yet to take on here. I do not say story we have not taken. So we open the floor to submission. That's all that we have on. We'll take on our newspaper review. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't liked this broadcast, please take out time to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Chibuzo, good to have you on here, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, good day, Emma. Emma, let me just ask you before I proceed. How is Chikachi? How Kachi is doing? How is she doing?
Oh, she's fine. Thank you. She's
She's
fine. She's
recovering.
responsive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, I said it's fine. That's cool. Because the last time
Yeah.
we talked about it, she was, so badly, injured. Anyway, um, I heard you were mentioning something concerning restructuring in House of Assembly, which they reject. Is that true? Emma, hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chibuzo, I'm here. What's the question?
Yeah, I said that I heard you speak about restructuring, which the House of Assembly reject. I heard something like that. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, let me just, have a little bit of input on that because of, these old guards, because of the system is about to change. They don't want that restructuring to they don't want that restructuring to take place because if it takes place, all of them will lose their positions, and that is why you see uh, uh, that what happened is most of these people, those legislators, those House of Assembly members, actually, if you go to their various parties, those people they were not elected. These are people, those so-called syndicates have, you know, organized and they pointed out and say, you will be this, you will be that in the various parties they belong to. Actually, nobody elect them there. And that is why you see irregularities and all this instability happening inside that House of Assembly. We agree, we disagree, because things are not properly done there. If you see all those people being our representative, so-called House of Reps, those people are criminals and bandits that they just organize and put them into the system so that they will be destabilizing Nigerians and making sure that Nigerians are suffered in their hand because they know that Buhari is an illiterate. Buhari doesn't know nothing in that administration. He doesn't know anything, nothing. Buhari does not know anything about administration. So they can be able to maneuver him, whatever they conclude, the Buhari will just go there and do whatever, and that is it. I was listening to one of the senator, or I say if he's a senator or something. He said that Nigeria have several accounts in the CBN that is not mentioned to anybody, and that money is linked to some of the Nigerian civilians and some of their cronies. So, and this money is enough to clear our foreign debt and continue our infrastructure development. But all this money are being, shared into a various account so that because they know that their time will soon go over, so that they will be, they will run away with all this money, then leave the system completely empty, so that the incoming government have to struggle, to make sure that things will
So,
make sure that
i-
yeah
is it the rep member that said that that they refused him asking the deputy
yeah
CBN
yeah
governor
yeah
questions?
yes yes yes
Yeah, I
yes
saw that
yeah that's it.
too.
Yes, yes, that is it. That's the guy. Yeah. And the good thing with what I was listening to him saying is he said he have all the evidence and the document. And he wanted to contact Buhari direct, which they didn't grant him access to see Buhari. And Buhari single-handedly allow him to carry on that organization, so that any of the outcome on that meeting, he will report back to Buhari. But after all, nobody can give him access to see Buhari. But anyway, that is something I don't understand. But if you can talk to Buhari, I don't see the reason why you are looking for somebody to grant you access. You know where to find Buhari. You know how to get Buhari, because Buhari is somebody that you are very close to. So those people who say that you cannot see them, you have Buhari phone number, you have his private phone number. For me, what he was saying was a revelation. But for him to contact Buhari, I'm not seeing it as a very big issue. They can be able to even have access to Buhari anyway. So, and that is where this problem, we're having all this problem currently, because they have invested. These people have invested a lot in the oil sector. They have stolen the oil well. They have hijacked all type of mineral resources that Nigerians have, and that is why they keep on. They make sure they kill anybody on their way to retain this power, to make sure they remain in power. You know, because they know that if a new government who are very clear for the mission that is coming for, all of them, they will bring all of them wherever they hide. And that is why you see all of them, they are trying to make sure they rig this election and, cause confusion in this election, so that this election will not even hold. But I believe that Nigerians, they have wisen up. They know a lot of things they don't know even before. So this election that we are going to hold is an election that will prove if Nigerians are really Nigerians, or they are not Nigerians anyway. And long time I haven't been in this platform. I was listening to the woman they shot in Lagos, one of the lawyers they shot in Lagos last time. It's so sad that we have people, policemen and women who cannot be able to, manage their work and know what they are doing at the point of duty. And I blame the law firm in Nigeria. This is one of their own. I was expecting them to rise up and make sure that that policeman get that justice that he's supposed to get as a Nigerian citizen, as a murderer he is. He's supposed to face that death penalty. But I don't know how they are going about it, because they cannot be there. If it was a policeman a lawyer killed, they will make sure that all the whole lawyers they strip them of their licenses. But this is a policeman now kill one of the lawmakers, one of the protection of the indigenous of Nigeria. But those people call themselves lawyers in Nigeria. I never see any of their action. I never see anything they do. I never see any action actually. But it's so sad. In Nigeria, we are not getting things right. Emma, we Nigerians, we don't understand. We really don't understand what is happening to us. Poverty have deal with us, and we are completely confused. Anyway, that's what I can say now. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chibuzo, thank you for your submission. Thank you very much. What can we say to these things? Victor Smart, it's good to have you on this broadcast. Good morning to you too. Thank you for being here. Samuel Olakav. Samuel says the Senate are just scared because Nigerians are not going to vote for them with the don't vote PDP APC. Okay. All right. Samuel goes on to say many bills passed by the Senate do not follow due processes. This is not new, and the Senate has been allowing it. It is just political game to deceive Nigerians so that we would vote them 2023. Emma Billion, good morning to you. How you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Betty Richard, thank you very much for being with us on this broadcast. Thank you very much. A big thank you also to Michael. Thank you very much. Mr. Vine, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Brother Nice, how are you doing today? Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, good day to you. I'm fine, and you? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Brother Nice.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Shibuzo, greetings. Greetings to my people on the comment section. Uh, please, I was not here. I was not listening to. I did not listen to all the things that you
Thank you, Mr.
present.
Nice. Brother
Yeah,
Nice.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah. So, please, can you explain, please, so
All
I
right.
can speak to them? Yeah.
Okay, in a surprising turn of events, the president passed a bill. How the president said he wanted, demanded for 800 and I think 15 billion naira for domestic a domestic loan for the people affected by the flood in 2022. Now, why that bill was being questioned by Nigerians, saying, "Oga, you have just few days to go, and you want to take care of this flood business. Leave it for the next, for the next president and all of that." Well, surprisingly, the House turned that down, even when the Senate president tried to force the bill, to force the bill to be signed, but the reps stood up. They stood their ground. I mean, that's the long and short of it. Starting from a female senator from PDP River State, I can't remember a gorgeous name right now, but she stood up and she stood up and she said no to the bill, quoting what the Constitution says about it, and then to think that this way and means, there's a scheme or there's a program that the CBN runs. This is where they give out loans to the federal government if the money they're expecting for a project, is not available or has not been made available, or if there is an emergency, that's where they take out money. Now, in the past 10 years, so far, they've taken 23 trillion naira from that purse. The federal government owes 23. And now the House are saying, we don't even remember this bill being passed. We don't remember, saying, yes, that's okay, let's take money from this purse. So how has the president been taking money from this purse for, all through his reign for the past 7 years? And we don't even know about this. So that was where the problem even started from. So that's it, Brother Nice. That's our Senate, our House of Rep members. They are actually doing their job. Well, that sounded like a good thing, but there are some submissions here from like Samuel Olaka that says that the Senate are just scared because Nigerians are not going to vote for them. So they are making it look like they are doing what they should be doing. Well, that's what some other person thinks. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you. So what they are trying to say is that Buhari has been taking loan without their consent. That's what they are trying to tell us. Is it
But
possible for someone?
the president needs to now start letting us know how it is possible. Or I think at this point, it is these people that are running the president blind. At this point, probably the president does not even know that the house does not know of this. Maybe just a few people. Oh dear. Hey, these people have been
You,
running
you,
our
you,
country under their
you,
armpits.
you, this one I've already tell you that there are some cabal in Nigerian government that is running Nigerian government, not the president. Not all those people that you are seeing there. The
I'm
people
telling you, brother Nine.
that we are
I'm telling
electing. There are some
you.
cabal
I
that
agree
is
with this
ruling
your
that country.
submission. I agree with this. This your submission calls for questioning. I mean, so who is taking all this money? Because you will come out and hear the president gave this order, and many years later, the president, if I don't understand if he doesn't read the news.
Miss Lima, if you want to know that eh, the president, the president is in a situation that people are running the government on his behalf. You understand? You see, let me just name you the people that is running this government on his behalf, because this man is sick. He don't know what is around him anymore. He don't even know his house. This is the repercussion. This is the result of a electing old man. You understand? This is the result. People that is running this government for Buhari, let me just tell you. You see, Lai Mohammed, eh? Then what is this name? Shetima. That one they call Shetima. Then the other one, what is his name? All those spokesmen. What is their name? All those their spokesmen that always come out to defend him. You know,
Kayamo, not Kayamo. What's the name?
Pesos Keyamo,
Kayode.
Pesos
Is
Keyamo,
it Kayode?
and other cabal. So those are the people that is running that government for him. You understand? Those are the people. There are very many like that we don't even know that is in this government that is running that government. You don't. That is the reason why. You will see tweets. They will put the name of Buhari, but Buhari is not aware of that tweet. But they will just tell you that Buhari said this. There are a lot of things, statements that you hear they tweet, they always tweet that is not even Buhari don't even know that people have already tweeted all those things on his behalf. Because he himself, he does not talk to us. He's not used to talking to Nigerians. You understand? He's busy taking care of himself. I don't know what he's doing with Nigeria. He's just doing things with his family and himself. He don't even know anything about the nation. So all those cabal that is around him, those are the people that is running that government. Those are the people that is stealing those money on his behalf in the name of Buhari. Those are the people that is asking for loan on his behalf. So there are a lot of things that is going on in that government that Nigeria don't know. That's the reason why if Nigeria want to rise up and question some things that is not going right, they will suppress us with military. So, my sister, that's the reason why I tell you that we have a long way to go in Africa. You see all these old men that we are electing, that is the problem we are facing. That is the problem we are facing. There are a lot of people that have held that country hostage. But it's not, this thing has not been, it's not just only Buhari time is existing. It's before, even the time of Obasanjo, people have been doing this for a long time. Before Goodluck Jonathan now told Nigeria that there is Boko Haram in his government. Himself, he did not even know for many years. It is when all those Northerners were now fighting him, that is where he then realized that there's Boko Haram in his government. So there's a lot of people like this that's been running this government for many decades. That's why Nigeria is creeping. We cannot have light. We cannot have ordinary road. We cannot have, the country is dilapidated, no infrastructure, nothing. We cannot have those things because there are people that hold that country hostage. Those are the people that are still fighting these people today. This person today, Peter Obi. These are the same cabal that is fighting Peter Obi because they want to take food out of their mouth. You see all those northern elite governors, they are among this cabal that I'm talking about. With some eastern governors, southeast governors, they are among those cabal that is running that government. They are the people that are still stealing our oil. My sister, not be today. Before, that is why if anybody that I said it yesterday, I said if this person is being elected, Peter Obi need to stand his ground because he's going to step on many toes. You understand? He has to beef up his security. This fight cannot be joke. He has to beef up his security and strengthen our judicial system. You understand? To bring these people to book. There are very many. They hold that country hostage. Those are the people that are still fighting for these two old men, Tinubu and Atiku. They want Tinubu and Atiku to enter because those people are hold already. So that when they are there, then they will be stealing money on their behalf. You think if there's still millions in a Tinubu government, you think Tinubu will know what is going on? Somebody that he don't even know the name of his party. He will be calling PDP APC, PDP. So before those are the people that they are lost in their memory. So that is the reason why this cabal, they want those people to be in power so that they will be running Nigeria. in their names, in the name of Tinubu and Atiku. So not be these people who you see for them, not be them be president. The people where they rule that country just be behind them. I'm telling you,
All right,
they just be
guys.
behind them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for your submission. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Okay, Mommy Diaspora says, how can the president take out money without them knowing what was the money used for? Chai, the country is totally bankrupt. They should try to look for another story to tell the Nigerian citizens. This is one of the questions that the female senator from Viva State PDP was saying. Say before you come and restructure anything, what was the money even used for? Let's start with that. And you are coming to no, we are not going to do this if you don't give us details. You can't just come and want to change a whole system. We don't even know that you've been taken, and the first way for us to know that you've been taken is to come and say you want to change the policies, and you are asking for extra 1 trillion, and the Senate president wants to force us to even give it to you. I tell you, the scene that was pictured there was not an orderly one at all. It became a chaos for the Senate president and some other key members, to go in, re-strategize, and they came back and that bill had to be left on review. Another day they will talk about it, and so now it is very intentional that we understand this bill, and we are also talking against it. Well, you could speak for it or against it, but you should know about. I mean, these things are not rocket science. Take out time, read them. These materials are out there. Read up on it, and let us be having these conversations. All right, Samuel Olaka says this is serious that our Senate just do not follow due processes to pass bills. It is just criminality of the highest order against the nation. That is the kind of structures PDP and APC have. All right, Mr. Kingsley, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Kingsley says, Nigeria, you need to pray for roads, pray for light, prayers for clean water. Okay, Mr. Gisley is saying Nigeria, you just have to keep praying for everything. Prayer for everything that are normal and necessities. Honestly, honestly. This one shame catch me. Let me take it off the screen. All right. Mr. Kingsley, you had to drop that. I mean, these are basic amenities. These are basic things, but we are praying. I mean, that is why religion is different here. Because come on, but everything we are praying for, the things that on the norms we are supposed to call out the government for, like the bad roads, we'll be shouting blood of Jesus year in year out, blood of Jesus, that we are supposed to write to the government to fix the road or query them. We'll be shouting blood of Jesus. The one that you will hit your head, you'll still come back and say blood of Jesus. Honestly. All right, Mr. Kingsley, I feel you on that one. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you. Mr. NCBD, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Good day to you, sir. Let's have your submission.
Yes, Mrs. Ima, thank you for having me. Happy holidays. Uh, well, where do we even start from? The PDP G5 Wike governors, or is it the one of Buhari trying to learn to do all that, or this cloud chasing, um, manipulative House of Rep members that want to capitalize off what happened to the sad thing that happened to the lawyer. Well, the thing is that for these PDP G5 governors, I think the news read that they are meeting Tinubu, if I'm not mistaken. Or I don't, or maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. So that's why I said that all these people with everything they're doing. There's also another news that came out the other time that Autumn has endorsed Peter Obi. But at the end of the day, like I said, all the people shouting Wike, 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 build flyovers. We let's wait till they officially declare who they are standing behind before we even praise whatever they are doing. Because at the end of the day, these people are politicians, and the revolution that many of us is looking for is something that we have to rely solely on the people that want change. And if they support, that's an added advantage. We will not reject it. I mean, we'll accept it. So, but as it is right now, nobody should put their hopes up on, or rely on this so-called G5 governors. Then, like I was saying the other time, you see this thing that happened to that lady is very sad, and I like the way it's getting the attention it needs. Um, but at the same time, it shouldn't be the only news or the only news of murder that should be getting this kind of coverage. I didn't say it shouldn't be the news that should get the coverage. I said the only. So, because people are losing their life daily all over the country, every week there are tens of people that are reported dead, sometimes hundreds of people every week. So, why is it that they are not getting this same attention? Are those people not innocent people? Are those people not the from the I'm not just talking about one region of the country and across the entire length and breadth from the east to the north. Like yesterday, there's another one of something that happened in Sokoto. So why is it that they have seen a perfect case to use and push their political, agenda? Maybe because of it involves the police, and you know the way police is perceived globally. So they feel like they can now play that populist news media, cloud chasing game. So we should not be carried away by what these people are doing. So they are demanding justice. Is very good. We want justice to be done. We need that policeman. In fact, you know should be prosecuted and jailed for life as long as he's found guilty. So, but why not also pursue justice for all these people that has been attacked by terrorists, bandits, and headsmen all across the length and breadth of the country? People losing their life left, right, and center. So we cannot be fooled by all these things that these people are doing, to be honest. And it's just quite sad that, unfortunately, it's still the media. The media is the one that amplified this one above the others. We are not saying this one should not be amplified, should be amplified, but also the things that has been happening to other people should also be talked about. Let the whole world know what is happening in Nigeria. Why is it this one that they chose? So it's just quite unfortunate, but people are becoming wiser. But there are a lot of people that are naive that don't understand the games that these people are playing, and it's just quite unfortunate. Let me leave it there for now. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ntibidi, thank you for your submission. Thank you very much. Please, if you are yet to like this broadcast, take our time to like the broadcast, please. Thank you very much. But a big shout out to each and every one of you on this broadcast. Humana Pamela, good morning to you. How are you doing? Compliments of the season. Thank you for being here. Thank you also to Kingsley. Thank you very much to Samuel Olaka. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Emma Billion, thank you for being on here. Thank you very much. Victor Smart, good to have you on this broadcast. How you doing, Victor? Betty Richard, thank you so very much for being here with us. Michael, thank you very much. Osagrovo, thank you very much. DA Osadela, thank you. Mr. Vine, some amazing panelists. A big thank you to each and every one of you. And of course, to our dearest Mommy Diaspora, dearest Mama, thank you very much for being on here. Nancy Stone, how you doing? Good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, I come to you, my panelists. This is where, we, for some reason, skipped or did not talk about PDP's threat to Wike. So you think the G5 would play the coward card after all of this, still stick to Atiku, or Do you think that these people will be coming out with another candidate? It's just a wild guess. Mr. Chibuzo, what do you think? What should we expect come next year?
Yeah. Thank you once again. Concerning Wike, what we are having in Nigeria right now is development, and this latest development is what is, trying to suppress all these syndicates. Because I put it, I just call them syndicates because they are criminals also. So Wike is trying to play a fair politics here. And these people don't understand the kind of politics because what the Northerners are playing in is an intimidation politics, and they have shown it to the rest of Nigeria that you can't do anything. We own Nigeria and nobody can do anything. So Wike is a governor. He understands that he used to be one of their gang members, but when there is a new revolution that come in, he understands that no, we cannot play this kind of stupid politics because it does not benefit even the common Nigerians. So we need to play a fair politics so that everybody will belong. So because he's playing that fair politics, now the PDP government is the PDP criminal gangs. They are now becoming against him because he's not favoring them. He's not buying their idea. So he's buying what he's doing is he's a neutral he's doing is a neutral politics and a fair politics, So and these people are finding it so hard to believe that Nigeria can be fair. We need to the Northerners need to dominate decision making, presidential office, all kind of appointment. They need to dominate it. And with the current administration coming in next year, I don't know if P2B will come. If P2B manage to come there, you will see all this political landscape will all change. You will see most of them that is in APC even, all of them will repent, rehabilitate themselves without even you arresting them or doing anything. So Wike is doing well. Whether they elect him or not, it does not matter because another incoming person who is coming there will still. Don't forget that Wike still have power in River State, and even though the person come, the Wike can still advise him and tell him the rotten behavior that the Northerners are playing against the Southern Nigerians. So I'm not seeing that as a big threat to Wike. What I know is whether they elect him or not, the Nigerian people must have a fair share of their country. Thank you.
Well, I'm not very sure Mr. Chiruzo quite understood my question or even answered me right. But let's move on to Brother Nice. Brother Nice, hopefully you would answer my question. Do you need me to repeat the question or you go ahead and answer?
Yeah, please repeat the question, right? Please.
Okay,
Repeat.
so PDP threatens the G5 governors are saying, they coming out. Wike haven't said that by next year that they will review their preferred presidential candidates. And now it is said that they've gone to the UK to have a marathon, crucial meetings on picking candidates. And for some reason, it's this information found its way to the papers that Tinubu lobbied so hard to even have a meeting with them in the UK. And today in the papers, we see the PDP threatening to fight the G5 or to deal with them with everything if they dare to play anti-party at politics with them. And also we don't know we don't know how far. This obviously means that they are shaken. PDP released a statement saying that as far as they are concerned, that the G5 governors they are out on a vacation, yes, and that's all that they know. They don't know anything about having a meeting with nobody. But if they dare to do such, if they dare to do such, that they are going to fight them with all of this. So now the question is, the G5, do they dare to pick a candidate outside of that of their party, that is outside of PDP? Are you expecting that they have the guts to pick someone aside Atiku? That's the question.
Yeah, yeah, Miss Hima, thank you. But do you see Wike as a governor that is scared of anybody? The answer is no.
Oh
You see
no, no, I
Wike,
don't.
you see Wike and Makinde and the rest of them. There's none of them that will be scared of anything. All this threat is not going to shake them. You understand? And they even have their own right to pick their own candidate. They have the right to choose any candidate of their choice. This is democracy, and the constitution gives them that right. So nobody can threaten them. That's just the truth. Nobody. PDP cannot threaten them. APC cannot threaten them. They have the right to give their support to any candidate they want. Very simple. And I trust Wike for that. Wike is not the kind of person that you will threaten, then because of that, he will be scared. No, Wike is very bold. He's a bold governor. So I trust him for that. But the only problem that I have with Wike now is that why is he reluctant to choose his candidate since then? Because Wike is a person that, well, it's because he's a PDP man. I know that. That's the reason why he's reluctant. But normally, when you see good thing and you said you are fighting for a good nation, if you see good thing that is coming to transform the nation, you don't need to hesitate to throw your weight behind Peter Obi. So I don't see any reason why they are still hesitating going to UK to have meeting, all those bullshit. So they are just wasting their time. You understand? The thing, it's very clear that Peter Obi is going to be the next president of Nigeria. So they don't have choice. All those meetings they are doing, they are just wasting our resources for nothing. They should just go ahead and support Peter Obi to sanitize Nigeria from this situation where we find ourselves. You understand? That's just the truth. They should stop all this secret meeting that they are doing. They are just wasting our resources for nothing. Wike said it the last time that he's going to give all these resources to make sure that Peter Obi campaign in Rivers State. So what is he doing right now? Why is he running around still telling us that putting people on suspension? That, oh, next year January I will review. I'm going to no. All of them should stop all those games that they are playing. You understand? So PDP, all these PDP and this thing, they are doing those things is because they are scared. They know that Peter Obi has already become their nightmare. And if this G5 governor threw their weight behind Peter Obi, it's finished for them, for the both party, APC and PDP. So it's that tension that's making them to come out to rant. And this ranting
All
cannot
right.
shake Wike. You understand? They're just going to rant for nothing. It's not going to shake Wike. So let Wike go and trade support for Peter Obi. That's all. If you not do otherwise.
All right. All right, brother. Nice. Thank you very much for your submission. Bella Naomi, good day to you. How you doing? Bella Naomi says January is already here, right? January is just here. All right. Let's move on to Mr. NCBD. Mr. NCBD, you have something to say to us?
Yes, you were asking uh, the exact, the punishment that they are threatening to punish PDP governors, right? The G5.
Yeah.
Well, well, I think there's nothing much to add than to just say that uh, they should stop playing games and they should punish who they want to punish on both sides because even Wike and those people, they should pick a side. All these games they are playing, We don't know for what reason exactly. You can't be, and PDP is right by saying that they can sanction them because obviously, if you're meeting with the presidential candidate of an opposition um, party or a fellow, or an opponent, you definitely calling for that's like an anti-party activity, right? So uh, I'm sure that in their party constitution, that's like a violation that can even lead to maybe someone being expelled from the party or being punished or somehow or sanctioned. So uh, they should stop playing games and do what they need to do. But obviously, they wouldn't rush into sanctioning those governors or because they need them. They understand that they need them to win or to even make, uh, even if they are not going to win, at least to even have a fighting chance because uh, they need Oyo, they need River State for sure, they need Benue. These are big states, you know. They need who is there again? Abia and Enugu. But Abia and Enugu, it doesn't matter how many of whoever is in the G5, everybody is obedient there. They are going to give Obi the vote. So it's all these other three states now, Benue, Rivers, and obviously Rivers also is obedient. Forget about the only thing that the only reason why some people are even valuing some of the opinion of these governors because of the irregularities that happens in the Nigerian voting system, whereby you find one person can decide to hijack the ballot boxes, but this time there's no ballot boxes like that, so things will be transferred electronically. So, but they still need them somehow. So what I'm trying to say is that they wouldn't punish them. Those are just threats. If they want to punish these people, they would have punished them long ago. But they are just trying to make sure that they don't also look weak by not speaking out against the G5 governors. So they should just stop playing games, all of them. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. SBD. Mr. Vine Maxwell, how you doing? Please unmute your mic.
Thank you so much, Sister Ma. Good morning to my co-panelists. Good morning to those of our people on the comment section and those that are listening to us. I would like to use this opportunity to, thank you and thank Niger Watch platform as well. May God continue to bless you, Sister Bella and Mommy Diaspora. May God continue to bless you all for the good work that you are doing. As for Wike, you see, PDP, national executive, is it the national, their main body, it's threatening to sanction the 5 governors that they have discovered that they are behaving, somehow in their party or something that they can call anti-party, behavior. It's a good thing, and if they go contrary to the rules of governing that party, I think sanctions should be meted out to them. But if they are threatening Wike and the rest of them, what of the national chairman that they have continuously campaigned against for his removal? That the presidential aspirant cannot come from the north, and the national chairman also from the north. What are they saying about that? How are they going to sanction Wike? If they sanction Wike, all of them that are threatening to sanction Wike, the party that they are representing now, the party that they are representing, were they in those party before? Are they not political harlots that, traversing from all corners of the party from one to the end? What morals do they have to tell these people what they are doing? If they are going contrary to the rules, the constitution of their party, they should stop talking and just, dish out their punishment on them. As simple as that. They are making noise and threatening these guys. It's uncalled for. It's an act of irresponsibility to me. And Wike, the day I told you, I said it here before. I said Wike is playing the politics of self-interest. The day I moved away from Wike was the day Wike jettisoned the rotational presidency that's supposed to go to Southeast and stood. And if you listen to Atiku said that I stood because it was thrown open. If it was microzoned in line with their constitution to Southeast, he wouldn't have stand for it. But when Wike went in there, he did not recognize the interest of Southeast. He went in there from South and joined and fought. And that chance to microzone, whether any representative from PDP from Southeast will win the presidency or not, he stood and destroyed the whole thing. So that was the time my support and my interest rolled away from Wike, because I see him as someone who is fighting for his political interest. If he succeeded to fly the party's presidential candidacy, will he be talking the way he's talking today? If they also gave him the vice presidential slot, will he be talking the way he's talking today? These are people that are just there not for the interest of the masses or the people they represent, but for their own and their cohorts. So I don't have pity for it. I don't respect any Nigerian politician because they don't have vision. But they are riddled with corruption and sharp practices. You can see it manifesting in the country itself. Thank you. God bless you, ma.
All right, Mr. Van Maxwell, thank you for your submission. Thank you. Thank you also to each and every one of you on this broadcast. Please take out time to like the broadcast. If you are yet to, take out time to like the broadcast, take out time to share, and do well to join us on our other lineups. This is the newspaper review. We are here Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. And then we have the chat 1 p.m. every Monday and Wednesday, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. And then also we have discussions Monday through to Thursday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. We have the debate every 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Do well to turn on your notification bell so you get notified every time we go on live. All right, thank you very much for participating. Thank you for holding it down with us. Thank you for your submissions to us on the live chat. And of course, to my panelists, thank you so very much. Thank you. I look forward to tomorrow's broadcast, tomorrow, the Friday. Tomorrow will be our last newspaper review for the year. So please do well to join me in good time. Let's have an unusual broadcast. Yes. Let's have an unusual broadcast tomorrow. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. All right. Thank you very much. I'm up to my panelists now so we can have your final submissions. Mr. Chibzo, your final submission, please. And thank you for being on this broadcast for me.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you once again. Anyway, what I will just say about Wike issue is, like I told you, Wike remain one of the political strongman in PDP. There's no way they can be able to sanction him because they know that if they sanction him, that would be the end of PDP in Rivers. And whatever the politics they are playing, it's not going to favor them this time because you can see the transparency is all about to show up. And all those meetings they are going to London to go and host. That's another area that we need to advise these people. If they want to hold a meeting, let them remain in Nigeria and they have a location where they can be able to see each other. There's no benefit of them going to London and hosting a meeting without no better result. So that if they are holding this meeting in Nigeria, we can be able to understand what is the agenda, whether they want to engineer more Boko Haram or they want to kill the Boko Haram, because we don't know exactly what they are going to London to do. So I will advise PDP not to even attempt to sanction those G5 governors because of their interest. Because if they do that, let them kiss PDP goodbye. Because it's not going to work for them anymore. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, also we're talking about this sometime next year, I guess. The fact that our leaders are quick to go to London to have critical, discussions, and in time of critical health, they also go there. So have we truly gotten our independence from those people? Abi, they're just the disguise. Because what is really happening in London? Okay, let's move on to Brother Nice. Brother Nice, let's have your final submission.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Ima. Yeah, it's just what I said before. Mr. Chibuzo said now. All those UK they go to do all those their secret meeting. We don't need it. They should not waste our resources for nothing. You understand? These resources they are wasting, the poor people in their states, they need those money. You understand? So we don't really know their meeting if it's the engineer Boko Haram or if it's to cause chaos in Nigeria. So they should do those meetings in Nigeria so that journalists will be there. They will stream it so everybody will see what they are talking about. I've never seen where a leader will be going to do only the secret meeting. You will leave the people you are ruling out of your. They don't carry us along. Which kind of leader do we have in Africa? These people are disgraceful. This thing. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. These people that have already given you independence, you want to go and meet them. But tomorrow you will say you don't need colonial master. Just like what Tinubu did. Tinubu left Nigeria. He did not talk to Nigeria. He went to UK to go and speak in UK. You see the way these people are disrespecting Nigerians, fooling themselves. You understand? All this meeting, they should ban them instantly. And I want to use this, Mr. Evai Maswell. You see all these our politicians, and then they always pass Ghana, they fly go all those Western world. I beg, help me, they hold them for airport as you did Ghana there. And I go one, may you still help me advise your president, May your president put all those quiz English aside. May improve the life of Ghanaians. All those English way they speak, we don't need them now. May put them aside, may work. Let me tell your Ghanaian president like that. Thank you.
Very nice. All right, Mr. Maxwell, let's have your final submission, please.
Brother Nice, don't bust my stomach. See, Brother Nice, we are in the same soup, the same thing. The difference is that we are fighting our own, and we are dealing with. You see, the man is on hot seat right now. Our president is on hot seat. There are most of the things that he proposed to do. The parliament rejected most of them. The taxes and so many things, they rejected some of them. And we are checking them here. You see, for me, I no go fit go to the airport, go catch them all. I no go fit do that. They go jail me. You see, so the thing is this, Sister Emma, these people, do you know how much it cost to put a private jet in the air? You can Google it. Before you put a private jet in the air, you must make available 200,000 to 350,000, depending on the brand of, the presidential jet that you are using, the private jet you are using. All of them are going to fly in their private jets. That is what they are going to fly. Apart from the money that they are going to spend when they get to London, if they use those money and develop, even put up, let's say a semi-factory in their various states, won't it help reduce unemployment, employ people and pay them? You see, these people, I told you that the Nigerian politicians are the problems Nigerians have. They have ruined our country. A country that is blessed with so much resources, human resources, natural endowments, and so on and so forth. Natural resources, but they cannot harness it. Rather, when they harness it, it is for their own benefit and for their families. Building houses. Look at the mother. Look at the number of houses they seized from him. Just one person. In Hausa, they say, Kwana Daya, one corner. That is where they are going to bury you. One corner. That is where they are going to bury that person. You have acquired so much and throw your people into abject poverty. 135, still counting, is below poverty level. Nigeria, that's supposed to be the leading nation in Africa, even in the world, is today the poverty headquarters of the world. And when we come out here, we talk, they say, hey, don't talk. May God continue to bless the individuals in Nigeria and not the Nigerian government, because they have failed the people. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Mr. Vine Maxwell, well, you said your piece there. Thank you for being with us on this broadcast, and thank you for your submission. Thank you to all my panelists. Thank you for today. It's been quite a day. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Kingsley. Thank you very much for now. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Bella Naomi, it is good to see you again. How have you been? It's good to see you again. I don't know what else to say, but it's good to see you again. Merry Christmas, compliment of the season, happy holidays, everything to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're fine. I've really missed you. It's really good to see you again. All right. Thank you to each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But do want to join us on our broadcast today. Please turn on your notification bell. Yes, please join us on our broadcast today. Yes. Join us on our broadcast today. And also do want to support us. Please do want to support us. Show us some love. Please support us by publicity, support us with finances, support us, show us love every way possible. Thank you very much. All right. I hope you take out time to join me right here again by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, please. I hope you do so, and I hope you join us also by 5 p.m. today. So I'll see you later on. So until then, stay safe, stay well, and bye-bye.